This is Hawaii News Now.
Does it help or hurt? Good evening, I'm Chris Tanaka.
And I'm Mileka Lincoln. A lawmaker is tackling the homeless problem and taking it into his own hands by wielding a sledgehammer to disable abandoned shopping carts. Jim Mendoza is live at Ala Moana Beach Park with the story. Jim?
Mileka, you know, these are just some of the shopping carts that Representative Tom Brower found here abandoned at Ala Moana Beach Park in the 2 weeks that he's been doing his one-man crusade.
The man with a sledgehammer is State Representative Tom Brower. This is his contribution to solving Hawaii's homeless problem.
And I got tired of telling people, you know, I'm trying to pass laws. I want to do something practical that will really clean up the streets.
He scours streets and parks in his district, looking for shopping carts homeless use to store and move their items. Some he returns to stores, others he disables.
I find abandoned junk, specifically shopping carts, and I remove them. I also create a situation where those carts can't be pushed around the city. I think it's a good thing.
I just shop with the cart. I come here in my car and do the grocery shopping and stuff, and I take it to my car, put it in the trunk, and that's it. Just imagine if you didn't have a cart. You know, you were always going back and forth to the store and stuff, you know? Or you just, you know, have to pull to the side and, you know, dump everything in, or have a friend come and do stuff for you. So yeah, carts are necessary. Sometimes when I see cars go down the street, you kind of see them, oh, they're hustling, they're working. Because I'm going to say this to you, people don't believe this. It's a job to hustle all day long. It's a job to be a drug dealer. It's a job to be homeless. That's a job.
Hartley, stop it. You behave, boy, huh?
What's that?
Knock it up. I'll fight you, boy.
I have the shopping cart because I need it. You know, I really do need it. If I didn't have that, I don't know what I would do. You know, because I couldn't carry all my stuff around. I find them, you know, on the sidewalk or in a field, or, you know, that's the ones that I take. You know, and I pick up bottles and cans. Just from here to my storage, I pick up bottles and cans and get like $5 every couple days, you know. But like I said, that's not going into the garbage cans or nothing like that, because everything's a no-no for homeless people. Not for other people, only homeless people. Seriously, only the homeless. This one here is for blocking passage of a sidewalk, or it says obstructing free passage and the grocery carts.
So, you know, all this stuff matters to us that we have out here. Everything out here that we carry, it means something to us, or we really need it, or we wouldn't carry it. You know what I mean? So, you know, our stuff that we keep our food in, our sanitation, you know what I mean? We trying to keep that right, trying to get into having showers, you know what I mean? We got to get in buckets and use water from here and that hose, and when you're trying to get water, they want to charge you for that. And I'm like, wow, it's a no-win situation out here with us. So all we could do is fight for, you know what I mean, what's right and what's been preserved for the land, been preserved for us for years. We ain't never had to pay for nothing on the land. The Indians put a tent anywhere, and I guess that's where it started. You know what I mean? They want to take it from them. We might as well be Indians because they want to take our teepees. You feel me? And that's all we got.
It's our way to get around, to move our belongings, to... Sometimes, like, I have 3 dogs. Sometimes it keeps them safe. Meaning, on hot days like this, I give them rides in the cart to where they don't have to walk. Because being on your feet 24/7 takes a toll on a body. You get tired, you get weak, you get sick a lot. And then, being low income, we don't always have enough food. So, basic needs for the homeless, they need food, they need shelter. I think if the city was to implement in every neighborhood a safe tenting zone or area, and even employ maybe some of the more focused homeless to look over the grounds, to keep an eye on them.
you know? That would help prevent the homeless being shuffled from this neighborhood to that neighborhood, like they're doing. It's called a homeless shuffle, and that's all they're doing. They're not doing nothing else but that and wasting the tax dollars they so preciously don't want to waste.
Every morning, you know, we got to duck and dodge because they'll come. They got a private police force, this paladin or whatever, that comes around in the police and writes tickets and kicks us out. And there's nowhere out here that's legal. You know, you got to have those carts, tarps, everything to move. It's hard work out here, let me tell you. People go get a job. Man, I wish I had a job so I wouldn't have to wake up so early and bust my ass out here. And like I said, I understand their viewpoint, but they don't understand the reality.
Bad things have happened to me. You know, I've been, you know, beat up. I have been raped. I have had all this stuff, starting all over again. Somebody just will take the whole everything, and then the police will come by, and then they're like, "Didn't we tell you guys to move?" And they take our stuff, flip it upside down. All the stuff is either broke or you have to replace it again. And I'm not saying that's all officers, but it's like, please, I mean, you know, you are an officer of the law, though technically and realistically, they work for us. We need them. They're supposed to watch out for us and make sure that we're okay. If anything, where's the crime? Why are they not stopping the crime that's happening to the homeless from other, pushing us into areas where it's not safe? Because it's frustrating. It really is. And it's like new people come out here. They don't know what to do. They don't even know how to set up a tent. You know, and then they get their stuff together, then they have to move again, then they have to move again, have to move again. I'm trying to survive right now. I'm trying to go through a divorce. I'm trying to go to school. I'm trying to do all this. And there are regular people out here, and they're 2 seconds away. When they lose their job, they're 2 seconds away to being right where I'm at right now. And I want to see what they're going to do and how they're going to act, sticking their noses up at us and stuff like that when it happens to them. Because if we were to take their paycheck away, lo and behold, their company go down and they have to live like we do, they'll probably kill themselves. I hate to say it like that, but it's the damn truth.
I'm fortunate enough to have a storage, so this the car is for me to make money doing recycling, really, and for me to sleep on too, because it's a bed too. But I haven't finished it up. But just to get stuff and move stuff around and stuff, that's basically it. But it means a lot to me to move one from one place to another, you know. That anybody could be homeless and anybody could be homeless for fucking living out in the world because of circumstances, a disaster, you know, anything. And you just can't assume just because somebody out here they on shooting up on drugs and shit. And that's why they out here. There's a lot of circumstances that could get you out here no matter what, you know.
On the outside looking in, they see it as junk, but it's not to us. Very valuable shit, man. I mean, stuff, forgive me. And it's just like, man, we just cannot live without it. Can't do without it. If you're out here, you're gonna collect it. And yes, in my basket, yeah, you'll find everything and garbage and everything, some of everything. But it's just that's every day, every single day. That's what that is. You know, that's how we make a living, most of us. Going through other people's garbage, our treasures. Hey, man, and they sometimes throw away. People are kind because they throw away a lot of good stuff, you know, when they know they could probably sell it, get money for it, or even give it to someone else who's not homeless, you know. It's just, but some people they're pretty much, they're kind, and they throw away really nice stuff. I just can't believe sometimes the things that they do throw away, you know, they're just wonderful clothing, jewelry, I mean, you name it, money, all kind. But hey, man, they can't be just all on by mistake. It's, you know, a lot of stuff. So there are people that care, but dog it, there's just not enough. And man, we're just hoping maybe one day that, you know, everything, it'll turn out, it'll work, it will, it has to. I'm not saying I'm not at the bottom of my wits end, but pretty close, but not quite, you know. And sir, I'll tell you this much: if you have any idea of what it is to be out in whether it's rain or it's a sunny delight, bro, and to have to be in it, either or, have to, not just be there. Just if it gets too bad, you can go in somewhere, but you gotta be in it all fucking day. Oh man, it's something really different, bro. Every day.
Okay, like this says 99 cents. So they could pull over, give me a ticket for having it, and make me dump my stuff out and take the cart back. That's pretty rude, huh? So I don't know what to do. I guess I even asked them about an unmarked one. Yeah, like if you had one that didn't have no marks, then they say yeah, they still could take it or some shit. So. It started, 3 of us were sharing a cart. We would just like throw it in and take turns. I'd be like, no, I don't want to push the cart. That shit fucking, oh dude, how embarrassing. Pushing a shopping cart down the street. See, now I'm numb to it. I'm whatever. Jag off when the wind blows. I don't know. Fucking whatever, dude.
Well, you know, I'm not a thief. I'm just trying to get through everyday life. Well, there's real people out here, there's real families out here that need to get back into society, that's willing to work, willing to take time out, go through a program, drug program, whatever it takes to get back in society. We're real people, man, out here, and we need help. We're not asking for a handout, we're asking for, give us a chance. There's a bunch of us out here. Every corner, backfield, wherever you want to say it, man. It's hard to put into words sometimes. I get kind of emotional about it.
Regardless of what you say, nobody will ever know until they experience it, you know what I mean? Until you have literally nowhere to even keep your food cold. I mean, to even know what it's like to have a home-cooked meal, you know, for 5-10 years. You know what I mean? I mean, how do you explain to somebody that, you know, oh, well, tomorrow, you know, I mean, you could break your leg, you lose your job. The insurance doesn't come in, and then you're on the streets. What do? You know what I mean? And this is a real situation. Your car breaks down, and you can't go to work. You get fired, and all of a sudden you have no money coming in. The family just decides you don't have no money, so you got to go. I mean, there's all these people out here, they don't know what they're doing. They're lost, you know what I mean? And they're hurting, and they're out here hungry and tired and with nothing. And nobody cares. I mean, there's a few people that come by. The church comes on Saturday. The Russian church comes on Sunday. They hand out food. Okay, they don't come back till next week. Next Saturday. That's a whole week without food. Unless you figure it out. You figure it out.
Suitcases tear apart, you know. Things disintegrate. Like I said, it's easier to push these around and move from place to place easier. And as you see, it also helps with sometimes building a shelter. And you can put 2 sharp cards on one end and you've got a shelter now. I'm not like some of the other women out here. I don't sell myself and I don't do other things for money. So I rebuild, make things. Or watch other people's stuff. A lot of this is not mine. Because people all the time, you know, they got to go to appointments, they got to try to go to work and stuff like that. I'm disabled. I can't really work that much. So by me watching their stuff, they don't get their stuff stolen. And they get to go to the appointments and get what they need done.
Out of this basket right here, for example, only this is mine. This is it. So I only get what I need. I have what I need, so I don't have to go steal nothing, whatever. I have what I need. So if that's taken from me, it keeps knocking me back to ground zero. You know what I mean?
Makes us feel violated.
If I got it, believe it or not, I work for it, and I wish to keep it.
sometimes that's our entire life in that shopping cart, and we don't have any other way to transport it except by shopping cart. But we try to obey the laws and everything, but sometimes it's hard because we don't always know the law. So, but we try. At least some of us do. Some of us do care. My ex always told me, humans are the most worst parasite there is in this entire world. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, look at the damage we do to each other. We do the most fucked up damage that the human race can do. We're worse than a parasite. And I believe him. It's true. And he always said, don't turn my love into hate. People do that every day, all the time. The truth is, no one is truly your friend. They only say and do things they know you want to see and hear, but it's all just an act.
And I just don't know what the politicians are thinking. You know, they run everything or whatever, you know, but they sure don't run it good. This is what I've always thought since I became homeless, that every person should at least be homeless for 1 year to see how humiliating, degrading. I mean, I'm not talking homeless with a job or homeless, you know, with somebody to go to. I'm talking with nobody at all, just them, you know, on their own with nothing.